Hey everyone, I hope that you enjoy this Zonal Clean with Me marathon in lieu of a new cleaning video. I will see you all next week. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Clean with Me. Today we are going to be doing something super exciting. I'm going to be taking you guys through my new zone cleaning checklists and the zone cleanings that I do throughout the week. As most of you know, I implement the zonal cleaning method, which means I break my house into 4 zones, and I break those zones down into weekly, monthly, and quarterly tasks, and I only do one of each week to allow myself to do about 20 to 30 minutes of cleaning daily and stay on top of the cleaning of my home. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity at the beginning of 2024 to go ahead and show you guys how we do the zonal clean, and this week we will be covering zones 1 and 2, which are the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room. So I hope that you guys are having a wonderful week and that you are super excited and motivated to be hanging out with me today. Let me know down in the comments what you're working on while we hang out today. Starting off here in my kitchen, which is what I do on Mondays, I am taking care of the dishes, and then I am going from top to bottom. So I'm wiping down the faces of my cabinets and my drawers and making sure those are all clean. And I just use a little bit of hot water and some pine salt in my mop bucket, and then just use my mop head. And then I throw that mop head into the washing machine afterwards before using it on my floor, which I end up using it on my floor later in this video. And I did wash it in between using it on my cabinets on my floor. But I thought that it would be fun to take you guys through and show you. I'm going to show you at the end of the zone the checklist and what I do weekly. So this is just a weekly clean. If you guys wanted to see my monthlies, like the little deep cleaning tasks that I do, or my quarterlies, that's something I feel like we could definitely break down and get into more as the year goes. But I just wanted to show you guys the basics that I do in the kitchen every week. I don't know about you guys, but stainless steel gives me so much anxiety, and having my kids constantly touching it and putting their fingerprints all over it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I do not have a stainless steel refrigerator, because they spend most of their time touching the fridge, walking around the fridge, and they just put their hands on everything when they walk by. Even my stove is partially stainless steel, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot keep this clean, not for the life of me. And the trash can, that was a bad decision, but whatever. But I'm just wiping everything down and making sure we have good clean surfaces to start out the week. And I try to do this every Monday. As you can see, I'm pregnant in this video, and I am currently not pregnant anymore. So I'm sure that these weekly cleans are going to be slow to come back, but I am going to try to continue to do my zonal cleans after I've had some time to recover from having my baby. But I'm sure you guys will see the community post when he makes his arrival. So mopping is the final task that I do in my kitchen every week, and it's not something that I always get around to doing, at least not with my big mop. Sometimes I will use my Dollar Tree Swiffer knockoff, but let's talk about how gross this water dump was. I was like, ew, nasty. Also, I didn't dump it fast enough for it to go down on its own, so I had to flush it, which was even worse, I feel like. But anyways, so this was zone 1 completed. So I'm just going to go ahead and put everything back. This was a few hours after I had finished mopping, and everything was dry, and I'm just picking up and putting away. And I'm trying to be really good at remembering when I open my cabinet under my sink to close it, because I have toddlers and they like to get into that cabinet, and they should not be in that cabinet. And then I also like to end my cleaning with something relaxing. Here I'm trying to finish off this Christmas candle that I got. I want to empty it out of the wax, and I want to keep the ceramic tree as a decoration for years going forward to use as like a candy dish or something. So I'm burning that. But really quick, let's take a peek at that cleaning checklist for zone 1 so I can show you guys these are the things that I aim to do every week in zone 1, which is my kitchen. Let's talk about a real life moment right here. Every time I move this coffee table, I feel like I discover the hidden toy box that lives under my coffee table perpetually. But anyways, this is zone 2. So this is my clean that I do on Tuesday. And it's just a general tidy of the living room and the dining room. I try to pick everything up, do a little bit of light dusting, vacuum. Sometimes, like I have a monthly task to, wash all of the throw pillows and all of the throw blankets and make sure everything gets refreshed. But usually on a weekly basis, I'm not doing that. And the cat always freaks out when I start picking everything up because she realizes that I'm about to vacuum and she runs away. So I was just trying to clean up a little bit. Sometimes I will include the playroom in these pickups, but not this week. This was the last cleaning I did before having the baby, and you can obviously tell that I am winded and I am very exhausted. This was the last week of doing all of these major zonal cleanings, which I call them major. They're 20 minutes a day of cleaning, and that's about it. So just picking up really quick, gonna vacuum and then do some dusting. Now, I will tell you guys, while I was doing this, I kept getting bitten by the nesting bug and seeing things that I had missed on my nesting list that I wanted to do. So this did take me more than 20 minutes because I was like, oh, what about this? And oh, what about that? It took me so much time that I actually ended up pushing the dining room clean to the next day. And the dining room clean, I ended up doing it in the evening when Kevin got home from work because the day that I did it, we'd been at L&D the night before. It's a long story. So anyways, I was exhausted. So Kevin was home this day, actually. It was a snow day and the roads were super bad. So he was working from home and he was peeking his head in and he was helping me move stuff around, and he could tell. He was like, oh my goodness, like you're totally in nesting mode. You're cleaning and you're moving everything and picking stuff up and throwing things away. And I'm like, yes, I know. I'm getting close. But anyways, so when my kids are home and I am by myself or whatever, and I'm, nap time and stuff like that, I like to watch true crime stuff on YouTube or like trials, like live trials. So that's what I was watching. You guys have probably seen me watch Emily D. Baker here on YouTube previously. Right now, I'm like really hooked on this channel called The Recovery Addict, and he covers like live court every day pretty much during the week, live streams. And I think it's like really interesting and super cool. I don't know. I'm just weird like that, I guess. But if you guys have something that you like to watch during the day when you're home or when you're cleaning, let me know. Do you have a podcast that you like to pop on? What is it that you like to listen to while you're doing your cleaning? Okay, this is a perfect example of something that I did that is not normally on my list of things to do, that is totally due to being in nesting mode. I 100% was not going to do this if I wasn't nesting. But basically these baskets sit on the little table next to the couch where I tend to sit, and they just hold like medicines and like things that I need to reach on a regular basis. So I wanted to just leave this in here for you guys so that you could see that I was gonna reorganize and clean, and that's how I ended up spending more than 20 minutes in here. If I would have just left this, I probably would have been done in like 10 minutes, and then I could have moved on. But alas, here we are. But I think it was good. I felt better after having done it. Okay, so this is the next day, and I am working in here. And now, guys, I am going to tell you that this took me so long, and the only reason it took me so long is because I didn't do it during nap time. Because these kids would not leave me alone. I had two little shadows following me around everywhere I went, wanting to be involved in everything I was doing, and I kept trying to distract them and get them to leave me be, and they would not. So it was definitely more than 20 minutes, which it's just, that's how it goes. I planned for 20 minutes, and the tasks should take me 20 minutes, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they take me less, sometimes they take me more, but that's okay. So as you can see, I have two little shadows following me around, wanting hugs, wanting snacks, wanting attention. So they just want to be involved in whatever I'm doing. So I was trying to keep them entertained and keep them involved, but I end up calling in reinforcements at the end to get it finished. Okay, so the real question is, do you see what I see? So I started working in here, getting everything cleaned up and picked up, and I realized all of the Christmas art is still on the wall. So I decided that I was going to take a little bit of time and go ahead and take everything down off of the art wall, because it's all Thanksgiving and Christmas related, and go ahead and get that filed away in the kids' art file. And I put them in little plastic sleeves so that I can add them into binders for each kid for each year. So I was like, all right, that's definitely what I'm going to have to do after I get all these coats hung up. And you can see right there on the floor in front of the door is the hospital bag, because we had been at the hospital. But everything was fine, ended up being totally fine. We all got a stomach bug, and I got super sick, and it was not good. But we were all fine. Everybody was good. I just decided to leave it out here because we're going to need it here in a few days. So here I am just going through the kids' art and putting them into these little sleeves. And one of the things that I discovered is that some of the stuff that Naomi's school sent is bigger than these little sleeves that I have. So I think I'm just going to end up hole punching them and putting them in into the binder that way, just so that they can stay with the art, even though they're like way too big. So I was kind of like, oh man, that's a bummer. But anyways, we had so much stuff from school that she did, which I was like super excited to have. And now I just have to keep it all organized so we can look at it when she gets bigger. You guys know I absolutely love my Bissell Featherweight vacuum, and it is perfect for these days where we had Chinese food and Ella had rice all over the table and all over her chair and all over the floor and all over everything. And it's just the perfect little handheld vacuum to do these type of jobs. I definitely could have just used a rag and like pushed it all onto the floor and then vacuumed it up later. But why would I do that when I could vacuum it right off of the table? I'm still going to have to vacuum under the table anyways, so whatever. But I absolutely love that. If you need links to any of the products that I used in today's video, those will all be in the description down below. Just so you know, I did join the Amazon affiliate program, so I do earn a small commission if you order from any of those links, just so that you are aware. Doesn't have any extra cost to you or anything like that. I just get a little bit of a kickback when you do that. So wanted to let you guys know that. Also decided while I was doing this that I was going to go ahead and do my spring setup for the table, which I got this Coke pitcher. I thrifted it from the thrift store, obviously. But I absolutely love it, and I threw some like white flowers in there with some purple ones, and I'm like, perfect, this is going to go on my table as my centerpiece. So this is the end of this zone, so I'm going to go ahead after I'm done vacuuming and show you guys the checklist for the zone, everything that I got done. I didn't get everything on the checklist done, but that's okay. We're working with the checklist and the flexibility, so that's okay. This was the last clean before the baby, so I was trying to mostly do a big tidy up. So anyways, if you guys made it this far into the video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, be sure to do that and ring the bell so that you don't miss any of the future videos. All of the videos from here on out are pre-planned, pre-filmed, and scheduled. So I will be catching up with you guys when I get back from my maternity leave. But next week we will be doing zones 3 and 4, and I will be working on showing you guys how I maintain the rest of the home while trying to navigate life with kids and being pregnant and all of that. So anyways, if that sounds like something that you are interested in, go ahead and ring that bell so you don't miss it. Let me know down in the comments what you were working on while we were hanging out today. I am so grateful for you guys choosing to spend time with me and taking time out of your day to watch my videos. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it so much. And I hope that you guys are motivated and enjoyed today's video. And here I'm just going to put these chairs back, show you guys the checklist, and I will see you all very, very soon. everybody, and welcome back to another Clean with me. Today we will be tackling zone 3 and 4 in my 4-zone cleaning method. If you guys missed last week's video where we did zone 1 and 2, I will go ahead and give you guys a link for that in the description so that you will be able to go back and start from the very beginning. But I thought it would be fun here at the beginning of the year to take you guys through my zonal cleaning and show you how I maintain my house with an average of 20 minutes of cleaning a day. First things first, we're going to get these bed sheets started and we're going to jump right in. So zone 3 is bedrooms and laundry. That's what I tend to do on Wednesdays, and I usually start by changing the sheets. I change the sheets every 2 weeks or wash the sheets every 2 weeks. So that's what I was doing is I went ahead and got that started, and then I was dusting, and I like to work from top to bottom. So I want to dust and get everything all clean and then run the vacuum last. That's the last thing that I want to do. As you can see, I had my little helper with me running around helping me out. But I also needed to tackle my vanity because it was getting like super out of control. And I needed to do my nails before having my baby. I had a plan to do some blue nails. And so I wanted to get my vanity area all ready for that. So as I said, laundry is one of the things that I like to do on Wednesdays. So here I'm just folding and putting away all this clean laundry that we had, and also just working on getting all the dirty clothes. I sorted them and put them into baskets and then lined them up so that I could go ahead and start washing them. That way I was just keeping the laundry going all day in the background while doing other things. And that's honestly the best way to keep up with my laundry, I find, is just to have the 2 days a week that I do it. So I try to do it on Wednesdays, and then I aim for either Saturday or Sunday so that we'll have all of our clean clothes to start the week out. But that's my plan, so that's usually what I aim for. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know down in the comments what you're working on today while we're hanging out. And I hope you guys are ready to get some cleaning done and feeling motivated. I know I am, and I definitely was motivated on this day. going to switch the laundry, take out the kids' laundry. Ella had thrown up in her bed, so I had washed all of her bedding the night before, so I was just pulling that out of the dryer and then moving our bedding into the dryer, and then I started a new load as well. And then I came into the girls' room to get started on their laundry, putting away all the clean laundry, gathering up all the dirty laundry, and for their room, it's a little bit more complicated. It requires more of like an actual tidy up because they play in there, they get into stuff, they make messes, and so it just requires a little bit more of a tidy rather than just like a dusting and a vacuum. So I usually will tidy up all their stuff and then vacuum. So that's what I was doing here, and anyone else gets so frustrated with sorting little kids' laundry? It's literally so small. I'm always like, okay, here's some pants. Turn the pants right side out. Turn the shirts right side out. It's like so frustrating, but maybe that's just me. Kind of see what I mean. There's just like stuff strewn about, whatever. So I'm collecting up all the shoes and then separating out all the toys and putting all the books in the book basket. Just regular picking up stuff, nothing super crazy. And folding all the rogue blankets. Anybody else's toddler totally obsessed with blankets? Ella has to have like 3 blankets in her bed at all times with her. Speaking of Ella, she recently started climbing out of the crib, so that's been fun. So we're in the process of figuring out how to switch her crib into a toddler bed and go ahead and let her have a big girl bed. I don't think Naomi will ever get to the point where she tries to climb out of her bed. She definitely could do it if she really wanted to. She's got some crazy core strength, but for the most part, she, with her legs, it's kind of hard. With her CP, but for the most part, she's content in her crib. So that's a new problem that I haven't had to deal with yet, is a toddler climbing out of the crib and playing in their room and making a giant mess while we're sleeping. The other day, she came in to our room and woke us up, which was new and very scary. I'm just going to finish up by vacuuming in their room. I made a pile on the dresser of all the clothes that need to be hung up and put into the closet, so I'm going to go ahead and hang those up and get those taken care of. I like to go along the edges of the furniture and try to get any of like the bigger pieces of trash and stuff like that that needs to be vacuumed up. I also went ahead and did a quick baseboard pass while I was in here. I don't do that every week, but I try to. And then I am, just making sure I get my recliner all vacuumed out. I'm going to probably be using it a lot more with the new baby. So that's what I was working on. And then I had my little helpers. I put Ella in the crib because she kind of gets a little freaked out by the vacuum. But Naomi's deaf and she's actually not wearing any ears right now. I can see she doesn't have any devices on. So she's like blissfully unaware of the fact that the vacuum cleaner is on. She's just walking around doing her thing. So I'm going to get all this stuff hung up and then I'll be finished in the girls' room. And then I'm going to show you guys the checklist that I have for zone 3. It's super small and I add to it sometimes and I don't do certain things sometimes because it takes me so little time to do the actual cleanups in the bedrooms and it actually takes me longer to do the laundry. I kind of add and change and take away from the different things that I need to do, just depending. I'm also switching the laundry here. So what happened was my comforter got dry, but the rest of the stuff did not get dry, and it needed more time in the dryer. And then you can see it's much later in the evening because I have my pajama pants on. But I went ahead and got the bed made. Well, I started to make the bed, and then I was having trouble, so I had to have Kevin come and finish making the bed for me. But yeah, so it takes me less than 20 minutes probably to do the tidy ups in both rooms. Like I said, laundry takes the most time. Folding, putting away, washing, sorting, all that fun stuff. So it's just my laundry days. That's just how it is. But my actual time tidying is probably way less than 20 minutes. Alright, so here's the Zone 3 cleaning checklist. Dust dressers, nightstands, tidy up, and vacuum. Super simple. I don't put laundry on there because I just know that it's a laundry day, and I don't necessarily need that on my checklist. So, yeah. And then moving on to Zone 4, which is the bathroom, and then the back half of the house, which is technically like the laundry room and where our desks and our office stuff is. I'm going to be very honest with you. This was my last clean before I had this baby. So I did not do anything with the desks or the office area. I swept and mopped, and that was it. I cleaned this bathroom so that we would have a clean bathroom to bring a baby home. But I did not do anything with the computer area. Usually I like to dust the desks and like wipe down the monitors and that type of stuff, and I did none of that this time. So it usually says on the checklist like dust office area and tidy desks, and didn't do that this week. But usually that doesn't take me very long either, and this is the last zone of the week, so this gets done on Thursday. And then I have Friday as a backup day to do whatever is missing or lacking. So yeah, so we're just doing a quick little tidy up in the bathroom. So with this zone, weekly, the plan is to wipe everything down, clean the toilet really good, wipe all the surfaces down, wipe out all the shelves on the shower, give the shower a little bit of a wipe down, no scrubbing, no harsh like crazy cleaning. I'm going to do a major clean every 2 weeks. And that is how I stay on top of it. And that major clean ends up taking way less time as long as I've been staying on top of wiping everything down and doing this weekly tidy. So yeah, so that's kind of the difference between cleaning the bathroom on a zone basis versus cleaning the bathroom every once in a while and doing more of like a deeper clean. And that's what I tend to do. So here I'm just finishing up by sweeping back here. As you can see, it's kind of like a long hallway room that is the back half of the house, and this is zone 4. So I'm just quickly going through and sweeping and getting all the dust and dirt all together. The litter box is back here, so there's litter all the time. And I have a rug that goes in front of the litter box that I moved. I actually washed it, so it's nice and clean now. But so anyways, this is where I end up on Thursdays at the end of the week. So we want to make sure that this is getting a nice thorough clean. And usually I would be back there like in that desk area trying to keep the desks tidy. It's a lot harder because they kind of become catch-alls and we just kind of stuff back here that we don't know where to put, which is one of the things that is going to be a messy to minimal for sure coming up after I get back from my maternity leave. But anyway, so then I'm just throwing down the mop pad and going to mop. I got this mop at Dollar Tree, so if you guys are interested in looking for a Swiffer knockoff, it has reusable pads. You chuck them in the washing machine and you can use them over and over again. I have 2 of every kind. I have 2 of like the scrubby ones and 2 of the fluffy ones that are more for like dusting. And I really like them, and my handle and everything has held up really well. So here I'm just putting the bathroom back together, and then I'm going to show you guys the checklist, and that is going to be all that I have for you guys in this video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing kind of the second half of the week and the third and fourth zones that I work with every week for cleaning. If you guys have any questions about how to implement the zonal method in your own home, go ahead and leave those down in the comments. I would be so happy to help you figure out how to start the zone cleaning method. It's one of my favorites and it saves me so much time. But that's all that I have for you guys today. So I will see you all very, very soon.